I'm going to explain what an effective team has to have. Firstly, it has to have clear objectives. You have to know where do you want to go and where does the team has to go. Then you have to get balanced roles. Everything is about balance. You cannot have any role that is more important than anyone, so that everyone is a leader and it's a high performance team. Then we have effective processes, which is basically what you have to do in order to reduce the mistake making process. Then we have good communication. This is very important because every member of the team has to be able to communicate and to express the idea he or she has. Then we have support and trust forming, which is about the cohesiveness of the group. And then mutual cooperation, that even though I'm not the one that has to, for example, make an addition, but I know how to make that addition, I can help the one that is in charge of that task. And then we have individual development, which is everything that each person has to do. And at the end we have appropriate leadership, which is that even though they are all leaders, they have to get like one main leader so that he could like control and organize everything. Yeah. Alright, ethical organization. It is basically what considers, or the values that it considers for a high performance team to be effective, which we have to start with respect, which is basically to not hurting each other. Then honor, which is like being proud of what you are all doing. Then integrity, which is what the person thinks that it's correct and what it's not. Customer focus, it's basically that you have to focus on what the customer needs more than anything else. And then we have orientated results, which is of where are you getting with the results that you're having. And then risk taking, you have to take risks for everything. I mean, most of the inventions that we have is based on risks that people have taken. Then passion, you have to do everything with passion so that everything can go as best as possible. Then the last but not least, is persistence. In order for any project to be accomplished, you have to be persistent.
Now I'm going to introduce what is team cohesiveness. Basically, is when the members stay together and they take the hand out of the other one to support them to each other. So basically, it helps the whole team to be as one, as a whole, and it is conformed by some stages that you have to go through in order to develop a great team, which is forming. You have to form the members first and to getting to know each of them. Then it goes norming, which is the rules or the basic stuff what you have to do to develop and perform as well as possible. Then it's storming, which is the basic objectives of the team and what are you gonna solve or what is the purpose of it. And then performing, which is do the things as better as possible without wasting the time and doing an effective work. Based on the last topic, the team consciousness is one of the most useful topics on this one, because it is involving the stages of the group. Basically, you start on the survival, which is getting through most of the difficult stages of it. Then it goes relationships, which is involving with your team and into everything that you might consider to be one as a whole. Then it goes self-esteem. You have to generate great self-esteem in order to do the things in a better way, because the emotions are involved in a certain way based on the emotional intelligence. And then it goes the transformation. On this stage, you change to circumstances like you're not focusing now on yourself but on the others, which now turns on internal cohesion, which is the consciousness of being aware of what the union of the team is, what are your prospects and their consequences of what you're gonna do, and then following this is making a difference based on your actions and developments. Your team is gonna create a atmosphere or a zone that will make a difference doing your objectives or developing them, and then it goes service. Now you're not focusing on yourself but on the others, but now on 100% or even more. You're now helping others to be like your team or to develop as a team, getting better developing and performance. So that's what basically makes a team grow and a better way to develop it.
So basically there is a topic that has to do with everything that is right here, with every single other topic that we have talked a lot, and which is communication. Communication has to be inside of every one of these topics, but it has to be effective communication. This effective communication has benefits like you can deliver messages more clearly, and there is no conflict. There is no conflict when you communicate with others, and this also helps to resolve the conflicts. Communication can divide into two types of communication, which is formal and informal. Formal is more like you follow a line, a channel in an organization, and informal it is like you don't have to follow anything, more like a casual conversation, and formal it is like a documented, like a document, for example. But in order to have effective communication, you have to have good communication skills. For example, when you talk to someone, you have to make eye-to-eye contact, and also when you are talking, your body has to also speak to that. Your movements relate to whatever you're saying, and these good communication skills leads to being successful, having a successful performance in a team or in an organization, in a company. These good communication skills and being successful helps to prevent accidents and to help. For example, it creates a workplace wellness. There was a document that I found that said there are two types of stress: bad stress and good stress. And basically, good stress is everyone has stress always, but there is a normal line. And bad stress is when it starts to rise, when you start to feel anxious, and it starts affecting your behavior and your performance. So having effective communication, you can communicate with someone which can help you relieve that stress and prevent accidents in a workplace. For example, if you're stressed in an enterprise, you can cause the bad functioning of a machine, which can lead to accidents.
Okay, group size is when a team is of 6 members or less. The group size have 3 parts essentials. For example, trust. Trust is like when you have trust in someone of the team, or the trust in all members of the team. Question is like a commitment in between the team, and commitment is like different activities between the team. And a mechanic operative say mutual perception is like when you team playing have a plan of one activity between the team. This activity have some thing that like of your team or something like that. And